I think I'm over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You saw them, right? Yep.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yep.
Dude, my game keeps fucking lagging, dude, and it keeps making me walk in place, dude. Yeah, this gonna be my last one for a minute. I can't figure out why this shit just like keeps doing this shit nonstop.
I'm gonna have a really hard time beating these guys.
Yeah, they pretty patient. It looked like one of them got a purple shield, so he definitely not gonna engage too much.
They're definitely landing shots.
Mm-hmm.
I got a team above me in flight.
Yeah. Fuck, man. But it probably would have been a good idea to run flight, yeah. Or yeah.
20 minutes remaining.
Like hindsight.
Destroyer, Vandal, and who else?
Assassin. Oh. My bad. Assassin. Ooh, that's a good rat spot. I didn't even know that was a spot. He must have like jumped on the ground. That's the only reason why that would happen. Good shit.
Thanks.
Good shit.
I'm gonna get you first, because they'll probably look this way.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
I don't have any more shields.
I got fast res, so I'm gonna try and get like I real fast, and then we can.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope, that didn't work. Not
Top
surprised.
top the building.
Yeah.
Yep. Almost got you.
No, that's good shit though. Good shit.
Damn it, dude. I wasn't
Yeah,
reloaded.
they're on me. They're on me. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
If
Good
I
try,
was
man.
reloaded right there, I would have had it.
Yeah. GG's, bro. GG's. Yeah, I keep fucking lagging, dude. And it's pretty annoying to lose, like where you can't fucking run. And I'm just like running in place. I can see a team. I see them. I start like standing still when I'm walking forward. Yeah, dog. That's fucking whack. So whack, dude. Can't stand losing like that, bro. Hold up. Settings. Where is that connection shit at? First available default connection quality. Why is this fucking... Incredibly annoying, bro. Jeez, bro. Can't even enjoy the game, bro. Yeah, he uses so much fucking heat, dude. Like, he uses so much heat, dude. It's probably good if, like, I have this one up, too. For sure. That's probably not a bad idea for him because he fucking does so much heat, dude. I don't know if this is so much necessary. I could put it on this for now until I like get some more levels, probably. Yeah, bro, that shit is annoying, bro. Let's see. Sniper, I got 2 of those, I guess. Pour these purple chips on these blue guns I got. Last Resort might be good too to stack with him. Yeah, I don't know why this shit just fluctuating, dude. My stream been fluctuating a lot recently, so I can't even. I've been having to play offline, dude. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Circuit breaker. Might be a bad idea for the. Try that week. I'm trying that gun one more time, dude. Try that shit again. Straight. Try it again. And then something more close. Tracks. Interesting. Oh my god, that is really good time. It's not bad to put on a bot killer, huh? Last resort. Sliding with this weapon. Yeah. Heat sink is something I think that he needs. He needs something that reduces the heat, the generated heat for sure. Heat sink is one probably. Afterburn is something I would probably use with what's her name? That's a good one. And my definitely circuit breaker. Synopsis core, huh? Hey, that's how you get the gold, huh? And that was for the circuit breaker. But that's in this one, right? Superior weapon mod, vigilant lens, far reach optic. Let's see what this look like. Oh, that's the okay. Steady mag. Ooh, that's the shit. Oh, that's for the pistol. Purple version of that shit. Steady mag. High speed mag. Says fortune. This weapon already. Precision choke. Okay. What else? Speed. Oh, yeah, I know what this one is. Yeah, okay. And what's this? Quick draw grip. Where is the... Guess they don't have clips for... Yeah, they don't have it for... It's just like pistol shit. Doing that online. Bits per second is a really good mod, dude. That's such a good mod. So good. That one is so good. That's really good. Bits per second on like a battle rifle or like on a gun that has a lot of recoil. That fucking shit is crazy. Let me see. I got the damn capstone for this shit. Okay. I need to just unlock that. Where do I get these from? Outpost, tool carts, locked rooms, scan drones. Should be able to get one for these. Is this this per second? Yeah. Orientation. Oh, the reason why I asked you that Oki question was because Twitter was having a big ass debate on the difficulty of Avatar. If the question, did you hear my answer to that? Or if not, I can repeat it. But I mean, in a game like Avatar, I'm sure that the mix-ups is what's really going to be the hugest, the most difficult part of the game. You know what I'm saying? To actually hit somebody. But then, like, after you hit somebody, you know, obviously you're gonna do like you're gonna do the longest combo damage that you can, and which is gonna be like, you know, corner carry, right? Like carrying them to the corner. But then after whatever you end the combo with is either gonna be less damage, but more a significant amount of frame advantage, or you do a damaging ender and you got significantly less frame advantage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you give up damage for Oki or you take the damage. You sacrifice damage for Oki or you sacrifice Oki for damage. But I think mainly like in a game like Avatar, or like mainly all of the air dashing games, like you have to account for a couple of different things. Like one is, or the obvious things is like wake up jab, wake up jump. In Oki specifically is wake up jab, wake up throw, wake up jump, wake up backdash if that's invincible. On wake up, and you pretty much like I said earlier, you're just thinking about like all of the options that they have to wake up. What are like literally like when I play a fighting game, I write down all of the options that they're gonna do to wake up, and then I go in the lab and I figure out what's my combo route that I'm going to create that ends in a manner in which I can cover their options. Pretty much. But I mean, every game is going to have a different system mechanic on how they handle that. Number one, and then, well, number one, they're going to have like their own wake up options, and then they're going to have like yeah, pretty much each character. There's going to be a system wide way that you wake up in the game, whether it's in place, you roll, or something like that. And then it is that wake up timing or the wake up frames that you wake up. How many frames of those are invulnerable if they are or if not? Like Street Fighter, for example, doesn't have any invulnerable frames when they get up. Like they can flip backwards or forwards or in place, which is invincible, right? Like, but they can't do anything. They can't press anything, right? But the moment that they get a chance to press something, you can stuff it, basically. Yeah, I heard he said a dude posted a vid on how to tech chase Oki, and I quote retweeted it saying, "Oh, good, the Kobo setups are actually easy." But then they got me on saying the Oki is the hardest part. So I had to get serious on them and say, no, the hardest part is getting the damn hit and choosing the combo route from that confirmed. Tech chasing and Oki in the game like Avatar, just a guess of options. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, like, yeah, hitting somebody is always the hardest. That's the hardest. Like, if you guess wrong on Oki as the offensive player, like that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like if you trying to tech chase and you guess wrong or something like that, or you didn't test your Oki for forward roll and back roll and rolling in place and shit like that, then like that's like the player's fault, not the game. Like that doesn't make Oki harder. It means that you gotta like look at all of it. You know what I mean? Like you looking at all of it for the most part. That's what I think. But typically when I'm playing a fighting game, that is what I'm looking for. That's my cheat code. It's like I'm pretty much looking at the defensive options that you have and I want to blow those up. Like, and the knockdown I'm going to knock you down on is going to limit your options as to what you could do. Like, for example, in Street Fighter, like when you do a safe jump, for example, safe jumps beat a lot of shit in Street Fighter. So like, but in order to do a safe jump in Street Fighter, obviously you got to hit them. And then however you end the combo, like specific special moves, end with specific frame advantage. So like let's say like AF, for example. Like if I do a combo that ends into the medium version of his blitz, like the little 1, 2, 3, that shit. If he does the medium version, that is always plus 42. So 42 in Street Fighter 6 is a safe jump. Like if you get 42, you can either jump or you can dash twice and still be plus. Anything less than 42, possibly 41, depending on who you fighting. If their DP is like a frame slower, you can still do it. Like Jury, for example, on 41 knockdown, when you knock her down, you got 41 plus frames. You can do like a specific jump, safe jump. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, it's like, but if I do the heavy version of the blitz to end the combo, the frame advantage is like, I think it's like 30 something. So that means that if I try to do a jump after that, like they can easily DP me because it's the frame advantage is not enough for me to safely jump and swing and attack to give the impression that I am open, basically. Oki on an anime-like game, Avatar, Marvel, etc., is way different from traditional. I mean, I don't think it's different. I think that the idea is the same. The idea is you are covering their wake-up options. Like I was saying earlier, each game has their own wake-up options. So Marvel, I would say Marvel, like two games that I'm aware that I play that I know is like Street Fighter, Marvel, what's the other shit? Invincible, for example. Like each one of them are three different types of games. You got Street Fighter that's slow, you got Marvel that's super fast, and then obviously you got Invincible that's fast, but Invincible has something different than Marvel, for example. In Marvel, it's like they're all the same. Like you either gonna, if you're on the ground, you're either gonna roll forward or roll back. For example, Fatal Fury. Like I don't know Fatal Fury. All I know is that they have defensive options of just defending. So just defending, you probably got to tap back. So what is the input to just defend? Well, you have to tap back within the first couple frames of an attack about to collide with you. So you got to like block that, right? So if you're doing like frame perfect shit, if they just block literally just because they're blocking, and it's like tight, the window is tight enough, and they've perfected the timing, they can just happen to get a just defend. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so tight. Like the frame advantage and the attack that you do is going to be super tight. I think, but you can tech chase in Fatal Fury, so you can literally rev guard, and go. You can do forward rev guard and back rev guard, or I can't remember exactly how it goes, but you can chase a forward or a back row with the same input. The idea is the same, yes, but I think the game's mechanics can drastically change how you Oki. Like MK Oki was down there, not worth it sometimes. That means that, okay, so Oki is always worth going for. Always. Like to me, like Tekken is the same. Tekken, Marvel, Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, Virtual Fighter, fucking Soul Calibur, all of these games have the same idea of Oki. Every single game. When you knock somebody down, you're rewarded with continued pressure. Pressure is Oki. Right? Like, you know how people say, oh man, he found his way out of my pressure, or I don't know how to pressure, or like I don't know how to make pressure, or things like that. The answer to that shit is, do you know the mechanics of the game? Like, do you know the options a person has in order to get you up off of them? If you don't know that shit, not you, I'm just saying in general, if you don't know that, then you cannot properly make a like Okazemi on top of somebody. Like I know for a fact when I do like when I'm playing Ed, for example, when I play Ed, when I was playing him a lot, and Alex, I knew that if I ended my combo in a specific way, I was beating like 3 out of 5 options. So if in and you have to test this hypothesis. Like I think Oki can be difficult if you don't have a read on your player, but or your opponent. But if you have options to beat what they could do, like thinking ahead, like thinking about what they could do, then you can create offense based on that, basically. And it's for soft knockdown and hard knockdown. Cause like, and that's why it's important to know whether, is it a hard knockdown or a soft knockdown? Because soft knockdown, you could chase that. You could chase it. Like, so for example, like in Marvel, right? Let's say, and again, this all depends on the type of knockdown you ended your combo with. So, yeah, I think MK could do that too. I believe every game you can oppress somebody, but it's about knowing like how, like what happens. So, okay, here's an example, right? Like, Invincible versus when you roll forward or back after you get knocked down and you press jab, that whole time you're invincible. You're invincible. So you can straight mash out of after you roll, right? In Street Fighter, when you flip backwards and you jab, you can't safely press a button there unless the person went for a if they walked forward and tried to delay or something, or like things like that. It just depends. It's like kind of niche in that moment, but like in Invincible, when you would roll backward or forward and press like jab, it could beat a lot of shit. So, how do you beat that? Well, there's a couple things, at least that I found. One was I would sacrifice my assist. So, or I would do an assist that is right outside of, like, allow them the space to roll and press the button. Give myself enough space to either backdash, call an assist that will get over there, and then now I'm over there and the fireball is out or whatever the thing to pin them down is already out. So if they press the button, they get hit by the fireball, get the combo, or 2, they block and I get to get free pressure. That's what I mean. But it's like you have to get them in a game like that where they can wake up, they can safely wake up and press a button, like Invincible or probably Mortal Kombat. Then you have to give them enough space. When you create the Oki off of the knockdown, you got to create the space for them to get hit. I said it's not worth it sometimes because MK as a game had a problem with the person being knocked down, had more options than the person doing the pressure. MK11 was notorious for that till they changed it somewhat. So okay, so here's a question. Here's a question, right? Theoretically, we're speaking theoretically. Let's do MK for example. The things we need to know is how fast is the fastest button in the game? What's the fastest frame in the game, right? That's number one. Number 2 is what are the options when they get knocked down? Can they roll? Do they just stand in place? Can they delay their wake up? And if so, when they do any of that stuff, are they invincible? Right? Technically, you're going to be invincible when you're rolling. Like, it's mainly in 2D games. You get a little bit of that. Okay, 6 frames, right? So if 6 frames is the fastest thing, right? And then I bet crouching light, right? So crouching light beats standing light, even if you're at a frame advantage because it's a mid and it sticks out lower. It can beat a stand light, correct? Right, like that. A crouching light can beat a stand light even if they're at a significant frame disadvantage. That's one thing I knew about Mortal Kombat, right? So if I know that, then my job is, well, that's the safest way that they could get up and defend themselves is by getting up and crouching light punch. Because it's going to be my fastest button, which is light. The only thing that I could possibly do, theoretically, with frame data, is find a mid that has like a 1 frame gap in it when I mathematically add the frame advantage and the mid or something like that. So then now I can sandwich and smash that button that they're pressing because a mid beats crouching, right? Like it beats them and it stands them up. Or no, I think lights stand up on hit, I think, but like a medium. So medium will probably be the best bet. But I think in Mortal Kombat, like you said, that's why the crouching light it sucks. But you can actually beat the crouching light by either blocking it, which sucks, right? Because you gave up Oki because you're blocking. And I think you can if you block a jab, crouching jab, you can block it and then do crouching light after that, and now you're a plus frame because now they can't block it. They can't block it. So if they do a crouching light, you have to block the crouching light and hit them with a crouching light. That's going to stand them up, and then now you got a free stand light into mix, right? Or you can hit them, and then I think you can throw after that. Or if you block their light punch, you can throw them or something like that. But that is a unique situation where like Mortal Kombat did not. I'm sure they did, but they thought about, okay, well, we need to give people a way to get out, and they suggested light punch, right? But every single fighting game, it's the same. Like every single fighting game, wake up button is always one of the options, always, because fast buttons can beat slow buttons. Even if you're at a frame advantage, if you press a light button while the startup of a heavy button is happening, you can beat it. So, Mortal Kombat is a unique situation in that regard, I would say, because of that part of the game. But like something like Street Fighter, for example, like if you roll and you wake up and press jab, that shit getting scraped. Like light, that's going to get scraped. I always thought that Mortal Kombat's frame data was always bullshit. Because you can't really like mathematically do frame traps unless like the character has like that specific button, like, you know, to add some pressure, because pressure is coming from either a frame trap like a tick throw, which is basically like a frame trap, a traditional frame trap like where you make them block and you can either throw them at, which is a frame trap is basically like a tick throw. You can do a frame trap as a tick throw. So now you're conditioning them to block a button, you know what I'm saying? And then you could do your pressure after that. But I do still feel like Oki is easier though. I think it's much easier to do Oki and create Oki than to actually land a hit into Oki. Like that is harder because like you have no idea what the person is going to do in neutral because they got all of these options. When you're standing up, when you both are standing up, you got hella options. They can walk, they can jump, they can crouch, they can block high low, they can do all of their special moves. They can do everything. When you get knocked down, you are significantly limited on what you can do. You're significantly limited. Like, I'm not afraid when I knock somebody down. If I knock you down, like, you have to guess, not me. Like, I'm just gonna cover as many options as I can with one sequence, with one sequence. Then if I feel like, okay, this sequence covers like 4 roll, back roll, and forward and back roll, but like the sequence that I made up, I tried it with when they stood up straight up or something like that, and it doesn't work. Then I need to come up with another one. I need to come up with another one, or at least modify the existing Oki that I came up with. But knocking somebody down, like, and figuring out which knockdown that you're going to use, that is like what it's about. In the Twitter post, my point wasn't that Oki in itself isn't the hardest part of the game. People were saying in the example given in the post that it took a lot to do to get Oki. And I just argued back that if you have a solid idea on how to Oki, you will be good at it. And most fighters, period. Getting the hit and choosing the route to go into Oki was the hardest. It was the hardest executed. I don't know if I would say that. I understand what you're saying, right? Like, people were saying in the example given in the post that it took a lot to do to get Oki. And I just argued that if you have a solid idea on how to Oki, you'll be good at it in most fighters. Getting the hit and choosing the route to go to the Oki was the hardest. Yeah, I don't like. I guess part of me is like I agree, and there's like part of me, and I agree with it. I think that I don't know if I don't know if Oki is like difficult to create. I just think the difficulty is understanding the options of the person waking up. Oki is all about offense on their wake up. So it's like thinking about their options and then choosing the option based on having that conversation with the player as you're fighting. Like, for example, like, let's say when I play Bloody High Claw, right? When I'm playing Shadow, right? Shadow is he's a patient player. He picks his spots. He knows when to press buttons. He knows when not to. He mixes up his options as to how he wakes up, and getting the hit on him is pretty hard, right? If I land a hit on Blood and I'm mid-screen, for example, because I'm thinking of mid-screen and in the corner. Anything that is not in the corner to me is mid-screen, right? So if I'm mid-screen, I know that if I went for a safe jump, it would probably miss because he can flip backwards and be completely out of range. Like, he doesn't even have to really deal with it unless, like, I modify my safe jump with a different button. If I try to do the same safe jump mid-screen in the corner, it's not going to work. But if I modified it with a different button, I still get a safe jump, but I don't get the same high-low mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference between like Oki. Like, that's what makes Oki not necessarily difficult, but you just have to be conscious of where you at on the screen. So I think that, like you said, when you're making a combo, you have to think about, well, how are you going to end the combo and what are you actually trying to beat? You know? So in that regard, I'm saying, well, instead of me putting them at an advantageous position with me trying to put them in a safe jump, then instead of me going For that, I'm just gonna go for like meaty pressure, because meaty pressure will beat whether he presses a button or not, whether he presses throw, he jumps, or does nothing. Those four things are covered, right? So if he presses throw, if he jumps, if he presses the button, I get a counter hit. I'll get a counter hit for if he tried to throw or he pressed the button. If he jumped, he'll get the hit. I'll get a hit with no counter hit confirmed. It won't say counter hit. If they block, then I get a free tick throw situation. That has covered 4 options. Just me doing a meaty, not like a meaty button on top of them after I knocked them down with a hard knockdown, for example. But or like hard blitz, for example. But if I did the medium version, I could do a similar Oki situation, and it might be a little bit better simply because I did less damage, but I got more frame advantage. Maybe I could do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that meaty situation does not cover EXDP or Wake Up Super. So I have to be conscious of the fact that like I could get hit with that, but that's not going to make me not try it because they could do it. I'm just going to do it anyway, and see if they DP and get me up off of them. You know what I mean? But also too, it's very important to look at their meter as well. Like again, it goes back to like how do they wake up? What are the options of them waking up? And then also you can think about the next level of it is like, does it take meter for them to get up as well? So I can see it's like playing a fighting game is not like playing cards against each other where like I can only see my cards and I can't see yours. We can see both of each other's cards on the screen. I can see you got 1 or 2 levels of super, you got some drive gauge meter or whatever kind of meter you got. I can see that just like you can see mine. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, then what I'm looking at is, okay, well, he has 3 drive gauges left because he did a so-and-so did a drive rush combo and stuff like that. It's my turn. What is the likelihood of him doing an EXDP when he could burn himself out if he misses? Because if he misses, it took him two meters to do the DP, and if you whiff that and it's a punish counter, you lose drive gauge from taking a punish counter, right? So in that regard, I can go for you can go for a save jump, or you can go for a delayed meaty or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't know if Oki is harder. It's just more about like you got to have a read on your player to know which Oki to go for, pretty much. And I don't think that's a systematic only way to do it, but at least for me, that's how it makes it easy for me to think of it that way, I would say. 11 just had a problem because the delay wake-ups and rollouts was hella ambiguous. Yeah, there was, yeah. Like, I think MK is just maybe not the best example for that. I feel like if that's the only game to argue the point that Oki is harder, then I would disagree with that, because that's a MK thing. But all fighting games have Oki. Because I guess for me, as I hear the argument or like the kind of debate between which one's harder, is it ending the combo for Oki or finding out the right route to end for Oki or to do Oki, I definitely think hitting somebody is harder. It's definitely gonna be harder. But Oki, like I said, in every game is going to be different. Tekken's Oki is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, but You definitely knock somebody down, and you're trying to cover the side roll, the back roll, the quick get up, the high kick, like you're trying to like cover that shit. You're trying to cover as many of the options that they. It's just Tekken, for example, has way more options for you to get up than like a Street Fighter does or a Marvel. Like Marvel vs. Capcom, right? Like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you know, you had um you had knockdowns, but mainly like you were killing and it was incoming mix up. Incoming mix up is the same as a knockdown. The only difference is that like you're in the air. So because you're in the air, you can only block, push block, double jump, or super. Or you could dash, you could jump. I'm sorry, you could block, advance and guard. You could double jump if you have one. You could dash if you have one, or you can invincible super. That's all you can do. Like, or you know what I mean? Like, or you could press a button. But if you dashed, if you if you did any actionable moves, you could get thrown. But if you blocked, then you had to suffer a mix up back and forth. That was the Oki in Marvel 3. Marvel 3 was Oki was snapping the player and limiting their options. When you knock somebody down in Marvel 3, like, you know, to me, it was more of like you did damage and now you just trying to cover their forward and back row with like some kind of assist. And then you trying to mix them up based on making them mix themselves up when they rolled back or forward. If you roll backwards, you're politely allowing me to push you in a corner. If you roll forward, you're putting yourself in a position to get mixed. You know. Now I'm not saying use MK in an argument. I'm just saying for that argument, I wouldn't bring up MK. Because MK just, like, yeah. MK is pretty much was doing, kind of, what Marvel Tocom and Invincible is trying to do. What Invincible is doing, what Tocom is doing, is they trying to reset neutral after a person gets knocked down or, like, the knockdown part. Like where they resetting the neutral after you get killed, and what's the name of that shit? Guilty Gear, where it's like you the stage transition or like the knockdown or something, or you get a kill, it resets to neutral. They were trying to eliminate that guessing of like a fast paced game, basically. He said, no, I didn't use MK in the argument. I was only using the clip of the Avatar game. People was saying that Oki in itself was hard or took too much. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, like, creating Oki, you got to be creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be creative. You got to, you know. The clip of Avatar, people were saying that Oki in itself was hard or took too much. And I was just trying to encourage people that getting the hit and how you end the combo position awareness was the tough part, because after that you just gotta know. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. You just need to know their options, dude. Most people that play fighting games don't know how to pressure, bro. They don't know how to pressure. Like, they don't. Every player does the same shit. Every single player. Every player is going to wake up pressing a button every now and then. Even the good players, they're going to wake up, press a button, and they try to do damaging combos off of pressing a button that hurt hard as fuck to discourage you from pressing a button. That's the difference between like a good player, like a great player, and an amateur player. Like, but Yeah, I mean, I think yeah. Typically, my thing is I just think about it as I am trying to knock you down and make you guess what I want you to guess. I want you to guess whether I'm going to throw you or I'm going to counter hit you. You know, like I'm already thinking way ahead, like of what they could do. You know, very early in the game, you could DP. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no risk. Even if you DP'd, you lost some meter, you probably lost a little bit of drive gauge, took some damage, but at least you showed me very early on that I'm not blocking this shit. So that's going to make me the second time be like, I'm either going to do a delayed Oki or I'm going to do a safe jump. Even the way the person wakes up is going to make you figure out, well, what is the wake up or what's the knockdown I'm going to go for and which Oki situation I'm going to pick based off of the information I just got, you know? But I mean, I mean, it is kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg type shit. You know what I mean? Like, because both of them have their own unique difficulty in them. I think Oki is easier because you're working from a advantageous situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to think about what to do. I think that like hitting somebody is way fucking harder in any fighting game. Because the people that's playing it are just like you. They like the game, they want to hit motherfuckers, and they don't want to get hit. So they're gonna be studying the defensive mechanic. That's why when you see players that are really good, like they're looking at the defensive mechanics first. Because they want to figure out how do I beat the defensive mechanics. Like when I look at any fighting game, I'm always looking at defensive mechanics. Like offensive is cool. Defensive, I want to see how you can get out. Avatar was just exposing people left and right on Twitter. I'm sure, dude. I'm sure, and I'm sure it's people that the really good players, just like any video game, they're incorporating this shit early. It is definitely storming here. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna figure that shit out very fucking early, dude. They're gonna figure it out early. Like Sonic Fox, for example, I was watching him and the Kill Stage play Avatar a couple of days ago, and dude, like, it was kind of bust ass. Even though the Kill Stage is hella good, it's just the fact that Sonic Fox is thinking. He is thinking, when I land a hit, what is the most damage I can do, and when I knock you down, how can I cover all your options? That's the difference. And the only thing is he is the type of player, like Sonic Fox is the type of player, you got to show him that you're not afraid of him. Because if you're afraid of him, scrape. It's scrape city. No matter what you do. It wasn't even just the Oki. It was saying the combos are harder, the neutral movement are harder. Oh my God. See, Twitter is the place where I have found that I just don't engage in that shit anymore, bro. Because Twitter is where everybody fucking argues. Like, hot takes come up, like somebody does a hot take, and then everybody's arguing in the fucking comments, dude. And half the motherfuckers aren't good. Like, same with marathon. It's the same shit, dude. Like, marathon is a game where it's like, and I'll give you an example of kind of like that Oki. What came first, the combo or the Oki type shit? Nobody on there knows what the fuck they talk about. Nobody knows they fucking talk about on Twitter, dude. Like, I actually, this is what I think. I believe, now this is me with my motherfucking 10-4 hat on when it comes to Twitter. I believe that people on Twitter or Twitter algorithm knows what you like because you probably looking at a bunch of players or watching some combo videos and tech and shit like that. So the algorithm knows this. And then sometimes I think some of these accounts are AI bugs that'll just ask a triggering question, bro. And then you got everybody commenting on that shit. Now it could be an actual player. Sometimes they have a take and they say it, but they know that that's how the engagement happens is people debating and shit. And Twitter is nothing but debate, like just for fucking engagement. So like, I found myself like getting swooped into that shit. Like, when was this? I can't remember what I was talking about. Cause I remember sending you some shit while I was on Twitter talking about some shit. And I was like, why am I fucking talking to somebody I'll never see? Like, and half the motherfuckers not even reading the shit you write. Like, they're just proving their point over and over again without reading the shit that the other person said. So, like, I do believe that there's a AI bot in Twitter that understands the algorithm, because I do believe it's smart now, because on my own motherfucking TV, my phone, my laptop, anything that I put on there, I got cat food fucking commercials on my fucking TV. How? But I buy shit from Amazon. I buy shit from Instacart. All this shit's on my phone. All this shit on my computer, you know? So, yeah, dude, it's like, and then, like, for example, in Marathon, like, the biggest thing that's been happening in Marathon and shit right now is that every time you talk about Marathon, Destiny is tossed in it. You know what I mean? And it's like, and mainly it's because just fans are just upset with how it was handled, but it's thrown in the middle of it, and it's like dragging fucking Marathon. You know what I'm saying? And the people that play Marathon fucking love the game. The people that play Marathon fucking like the shit. There are some people that fell off, you know what I'm saying, that don't play it anymore and shit like that. And obviously that's going to always happen in every video game. Every video game is not going to last hella long, and the reach and the people is not going to be as strong and that many people like playing it. They may watch it, but it's not going to be like its fucking heyday. You know what I mean? Unless you got the best, craziest fucking game ever. But like the debates that happen and just like the clickbait shit is just like fucking atrocious, dude. That is kind of why, like, when I'm on Twitter, dude, like, I just look for shit that I like. I look at things and I look at funny shit. Social media is a joke. It's a fucking joke. Edwin, you and I play fighting games and we know this shit. Blood knows this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we actively go in a game. And when I play a fighting game, that is what I'm thinking about. Is there a character that looks interesting to me enough to spend time playing a game? Like, if Marvel Tocom did not have Magneto, if it didn't have Blade, if it didn't have Black Panther, if it didn't have those three characters in the game, at least as DLC, I'm telling you I would not be playing the game. The game looks cool, looks awesome and shit like that. I'm not going to hate on the game. I'm not going to go on Twitter and be like, this game sucks. Where is this? I feel that in my heart, but like, that's not my job to go and shit on the game though. But if there's something I don't like about it, then I'll express my opinion, but that's it. That's all I got, you know? But like, I mean, here's the truth of the matter. Here's the motherfucking truth. You ready for the truth, Ed? You ready for the truth? I know y'all fuck with truth here. We are in our Unk era. Unk and Auntie era when it comes to video games. The people that are playing the video games or the people that's making the video games are the same age as us. We grew up playing very difficult, unbalanced, unfair, fair video games. No game that you've ever played is fucking fair. I was telling Juan that shit. There's no fucking game you playing is fair. No game. Spades, Uno, Dominoes, Connect Four, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marathon, Shoots and Ladders, Sorry, Monopoly. None of this shit is fair. The only thing that's fair is the beginning of the game when no one knows shit about the game. That's when it's quote unquote fun and fair because no one knows anything. The moment that players that really like a game that went from being casual to hardcore, as soon as they spend hella time because they just genuinely like the game and they want to dig into it because they want to get good. So to get good, guess what? You have to know all about the game. That's why I'm learning Destroyer. I'm just learning Destroyer just because I just want to know. I'm curious. The thing is that like the unks and the aunties are making the games. We come from an era where the games were hard. And we adapted and we adjusted, and that's why we got good at pretty much life. Or at the very least, we learned how to adapt. With the children of the unks and the aunts, we've babied them a ton. That's one. So they made games hella easy. Baby games. Marvel Rivals is a kid's game. Very easy game. I completely agree with Juan when he says that. Completely agree. I do think, however, that there is in each game that is easy to start there is some like skill gap space in there, but it's specifically about learning the mechanics of the game and how to beat them. And that is when people start talking about shit is broken, shit is this, because, oh, we figured out a way to beat Assassin in Marathon because he can go and smoke. You know what I'm saying? When he goes in smoke, it takes your aim assist off. So when he's in smoke and you playing on controller or something like that, and you trying to shoot him and like it's hard to track him, it's because the mechanic in the game is when you turn invisible, like it's harder to shoot that shit. So you have to actually be good at pointing and shooting, whether you on mouse and keyboard or you on roller. You know? So like, but people complain about invisibility. Well, there's characters in the game there's characters and specific items in the game that can beat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Destroyer's ult, when he does the prime shit and he shoot his missile shit, he can see through smoke. As soon as my shit turns red and I see something's homing, I can just start shooting that. And he getting shot. Thief can put her visor on. She can see through the smoke. And if she's looking directly at you, she can hack you. You know what I mean? Like, you can throw EMP nade in the smoke and it'll completely, like, expose them. But this is, like, people that have overcome so much in life, but also as adults, but also in a video game, they learn, like, we didn't have the opportunity of getting all these balance updates and fixes and shit. That's huge. There's a lot of bitch assness today. It's a lot. That is why, for example, people like casual players don't play fighting games. You know, I can have a whole essay on that shit. And that's also why people are not playing Marathon. Marathon is a unforgiving, brutal game, but when you win, it feels so good to win because you know what it took to win. You know what it took to exfil and grab some shit and get some good shit. So when you go in, you're not fucking around. You're going in focused and locked in. Like, you don't have to ask nobody in Marathon to lock in. Because we all know what it takes to get good in this game. And the players that are fucking good in this game know everything about the game, dog. And they got the best shit. And not on top of that, not just with the knowledge, they're just good at fucking shooting games. like really good at them shits. So the last issue with today in generation, especially in video games, and I'm sure it's the same in politics, is just because you have a social media account and a chat box that your opinion fucking matters. In all actuality, it doesn't. My opinion doesn't matter. Anybody that's typing in my chat opinion, but it only matters if we want it to matter. I want everybody's shit to matter, so I'm gonna listen to everybody's shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that in a lot of games and a lot of shit in everyday, dude, like people just be talking. They just be talking. Like no facts, no data, no metrics, no experience, no nothing. It's people right now talking. I bet you right now, people that don't play Avatar is weighing in on this conversation. Or a person that doesn't play fighting games, nor has competed, play ranked a little bit sometimes and shit like that. Like, ranked to me in a fighting game is nothing compared to actually going to a tournament where there's no lag and you sitting right next to the player. It's completely different. It's so different. It's so different. Nerves, like yelling, screaming, you can't hear the game and shit. Like you got your headphones. You at home, you could be home in your drawers right now playing Invincible right now, you know what I'm saying, with some lag and shit, and think you fucking dope as fuck until you go to a tournament and people exposing that shit. Because online I can't beat this specific thing, but offline, oh, that shit free. Same with what's this shit? Marathon. Marathon's the same. But it's really the fact that like I'm just tired of the bitch assness and the arguing over shit that like doesn't even fucking matter. But to go back to your point about like a fighting game and like those things, dude, you're a fighting game player and you fucking know the hardest part about doing any Oki setup is fucking hitting somebody first. I can have all the corner setups I can dream of, dog. If I go into a match and I can't hit nobody, like what the fuck's that's good for? So you know what I do? I actually spend more time trying to figure out how to hit somebody. I'm a patient player, and if you don't like fighting patient players, then I got the advantage. Cause now I'm gonna like you're gonna do dumb shit, and I'm gonna hit you. Cause you want to get this over with. Cool, perfect. You fall right into my trap. I could do all I want to you. But if you like just as patient as me, or you can force me to try to like press a button and shit like that, that's where the fun is. That's me. Like. But if I knock you down, you're gonna fucking guess. Same in the shooting game. Like I try my best, and I'm trying to really, really focus on that. It's to not peek from the same corner I got spotted from. Because natural human reaction is if they saw something like what is the term for when you see like 100 blue circles and then there's one orange circle. I forgot what that shit's called. It's not anomaly. I forgot what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Chat, somebody tell me what the fuck that's called. But when you look at that as a human, you can identify the stark contrast of something sticking out that is abnormal, right? If you know what I mean, like all this is normal to have all these blue circles here, but then there's one orange one in there. So when you play a shooting game, for example, if I spot that orange thing, I'm gonna stare at that area. Something's out of place. I'm gonna look at that. The moment that you keep peeking from the same spot, you're easy to kill because I know where you are now. But if you can find ways to change your direction or try to outthink them and shit like that. That's why it's fun watching Lucid play, because he's playing solo field versus team crew filled lobbies. So he has to like survive, kill whole teams by himself, and not get cornered by a team. So he has to move around. Hell, so that means you got no map knowledge. You got to be a good killer, by the way. Like you got to be able to aim and shoot and not miss. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all of that shit. Obviously, he's a unique person because he's a pro Halo player. But like the idea of playing like that, not every player is thinking that. That's what sets him apart. That's what makes him a better player. You know what I'm saying? Not better because he's better than anyone. It's just because his knowledge and understanding of that makes him better. You know? So, I don't know. It's just Twitter is fucking clown shit. I put shit on there sometimes. Social, like, all that shit is bullshit, dude. Like, it's all bullshit. Like, and I've spent hours talking about something and debating shit on shit that like does nothing for my fucking brain. You know? And it's like in that regard, man, like, and I actually think it's bots in that shit too, by the way. I think bots being there like egging it on and making people argue and shit for the engagement. That's what I think. And then that shit becomes Stephen A. Smith be doing that shit. He do that shit every day. He says some kind of take. He says it. It riles up the news, sports news for the day. And then when it's proven right, then he's showboating and shit, talking about how he was right and shit like that. Everybody's like, oh, you fucking butt, you asshole, blah, blah, blah. They do that shit. And then when he does a new take and it is pie in his face, then he has to walk that shit back. And then that's a whole news cycle in the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's exhausting. So for me, the only thing that I've been able to deal with that shit, to be quite honest with you, is that I just been like, I'm going to pretty much not look at that shit. Talk to my homies about shit because I care about what my friends think. And I'd rather debate with my friends that I know shit. Whether we debating or agreeing with each other, I'd rather talk to y'all because I know y'all play. And I know y'all can play. Versus like me listening to shit that just don't make sense. And it's like, but yeah. But fighting games, man, the reason why people don't play them shits is because they're difficult. And you can't blame anybody but yourself. But niggas find a way to blame somebody besides themselves and accountability. Same with this game. You know what I'm saying? When people get down, they want to blame other people for them getting downed. You got shot. You got down. Your life is your responsibility, not mine. Like, we're a team, yes, but like, we move together, yes, but like, find a better angle. We didn't move up yet. Or if I see my teammate moving up, then I need to move up. You know what I'm saying? Because if he dies, and that's why Marathon is so good, but only a few people are playing it, is because like as soon as you click run, there is no guarantee that you're gonna bring that shit back. I don't give a fuck if your team is good as fuck. You can lose your shit in there. Every good player has lost shit in this game. Every player, and it's like, and only one team is gonna come out with their shit and some. So it's like the risk and reward is always high. That is what's missing in a lot of games is risk reward. It's not. Some games it's not worth to fucking play it. Or some games are just this low risk, so guess what? I don't really give a fuck. Like, niggas really give a fuck about playing Marvel Rivals. I stopped giving a fuck after they really kept nerfing Black Panther. Like, I was like, okay. That's a kid's game. That's a kid's game, dude. Buffing heals and all this other shit. Buffing CC. You making characters hard counter him, dude. And he's not even the scariest character in the game when you got Bucky and Spider-Man and all these easy characters just like right trigger hold doing all of this shit. And then the community don't make it better because they complain about getting scraped about shit they didn't practice. Like, that's what's crazy about the shit. That's what's like people that don't lab are the same ones that are complaining. Like, you didn't lab and shit. You want to know why I like the BR? You know what? Like, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, stream. Y'all ready for this shit? You want to know the reason why I haven't been picking up the Mizzy? I'm gonna tell y'all why I haven't picked up the Mizzy in Marathon. I think the gun is corny. I think it's corny, bro. It's not cool watching motherfuckers like shoddy people far away in a bubble. That shit is not fun to watch. That's my hot take. I think the Mizzy corny. Just like I thought the Waster was corny. I think that the shotguns can be great, but like the fact that them shits is shooting at the same range as a battle rifle and it two taps me at the same range where I'm using a precision weapon, no sir. No sir. No sir. I don't pick that gun up. Out of the fact that I think, first of all, that shit gonna get nerfed. I can tell you that shit right now. That shit finna straight get nerfed. It won't be as bad as the Waster, but it's definitely gonna get nerfed. I think that it's not gonna two tap anymore. It's probably you probably gotta hit people 3 times. And they're gonna either make the damage fall off at like, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 meters or so. And you gotta be point blank for that shit to work. That's what I think. And you know why I keep picking a battle rifle and shit? If you watch any of my videos, see where I'm standing at when I play this game. I'm always mid to long range because I don't have to be right next to you to fight you. You got this Mizzy shit. We scraped Mizzy shit over the weekend, but we also died off of that shit too. I just stay back. Oh, y'all want to do this Mizzy close quarter corridor hallway shit? Okay. I'm going to grab a sniper and I'm going to grab a precision gun and I'm going to be knocking y'all the fuck off long range. That's the only way to beat the Mizzy shit if you don't have one yourself. Going in there, running head first into a bubble, throwing a bubble down, sliding that bitch with Mizzies and all this shit, that shit whack, dude. That shit is fucking corny. It's corny. When you got all these other guns and all these other things in the game, but guess what? It's in there and I can't change it. So you know what I do? I don't pick up the Mizzy. I had the Mizzy once my entire time playing the game. Not because I couldn't get one, I just didn't want it. I give it to my friends. Y'all have it. Y'all can go do that shit. I'm gonna be back here scraping that shit. Long range. That's what I'd rather do. You know how I beat shotgun shit? I'm not in the range. You're gonna have to chase me with the shotgun. You have to come to me. That's exactly how I play fighting games. Oh, okay, you like fighting up close and doing all of this. You know how in fighting games where people like they like to what's the word I'm looking for? They like to scramble shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like so Pink, they call it American reset. So a reset in a fighting game is when you're comboing somebody and you purposely stop the combo in a way that puts the opponent in a situation where they can't punch or anything, but they're so vulnerable to another mix-up, basically. And so you can do a full combo, hit them, juggle them, knock them down. That's like a knockdown. But if you hit them, juggle them, and then tap them while they're in the air, they'll flip. and they can only do specific whatever they could do in the air. They could do it in the air, but you can hit it. You can hit them while after they finish the animation of them like rolling in the air or something like that, or we call it air teching. Air tech, Tech. So I don't like that. I like being in complete control of situations when I am fighting somebody. I love being in control. So in control of my fights, I can't control the scenario. I can't control my teammates. I can't control the opponent. But all I can control is my way of how to fight. Only way I know how to fight, especially shotgun shit, long range. Y'all want to be in cryo running? No. I'm going to get down that fucking hallway. If you got a purple shield, I assume you have a Mizzy. And it has always been fucking right. And you know where I'm at? I'm mid-range. I wish you fucking would slide in front of me with a fucking Ms. Raya, dude. I wish you fucking would. That shit is gets right. And guess what? I do have teammates that use it. So guess what? They want to be up close. I'm just going to back them up. Don't show your face trying to hit him or her. You're going to get shot. And now you're like, oh, I don't know where. I'm getting shot, blah, blah, blah. You're just getting shot. It's always that, dude. In my head, that's what I'm thinking. I think everybody got a fucking Mizzy. Okay. If I see a purple fucking shield and a gold shield, they have, in my head, they have either a shotgun and or a long range precision gun. One of the two. They got one of the two. But that's why I don't pick it up. Like, that's why I don't pick it up. I think it's fucking corny. It's fucking corny. The only high tier shit that I use right now, if I have it, is a bubble. Bubble and the battle rifle. That's why I fucking, that is my go-to weapon to beat the bullshit in the game. Every game, you're going to find the shit that becomes meta, right? So now everybody's learning what meta means, especially like in the new age game. That's like the new term that everybody's using and shit. But like the meta, there's always a way to beat the meta, but S tier meta like is hard to beat. But you have to like be diligent in how you fight it. If you don't have a Ms. Raya in this game, stop going close range. You not fucking with that shit with no knife. You might get a cool clip here and there and shit like that. But if you knife one motherfucker, you're going to get shotty by the other one, and you're gonna die. That's why I picked the battle rifle. That's why that's why my shit look like this. This is anti-Mizzy shit. This is all anti-Mizzy shit. All anti. Every gun in this shit is pretty much precision weapons. Up close and personal, bully, dervish, you know what I'm saying? Everything else, if I see you far away, no. Only way I'm getting ransacked is if my team gets scraped. That's it. But otherwise, if my team's standing up, you better use whatever the fuck else you got. But again, with meta and stuff, like things like Mark and Invincible, Mark, Cecil, and what's her name? Eve, right? They were the meta in MVC or Invincible versus. Why? Well, because the developers decided not to have punishable shit on block, and then like they have non-punishable shit on block, safe and free offense just from layering across the screen, one button special, so you can just do that. You can just press a button and be over there, right? Then and then you got infinites in the game. So everybody's using the meta shit, and then that's how they're good, dude. Like That's why I feel like with ranked. That's why I feel ranked should be sponsored kits only. Like if you bronze, then you need to be using green sponsor kits until you get to silver. Silver, then you get blue. Like gold, you may be like blue / purple. You know, platinum and up, platinum to I don't know, whatever, you get like purple shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the fact that like, you know, right, but I think the player pool is too small. But when you have it in the way of which like it's moved to that way, dude, like it'll be a different game. It would be a different game, but at the same time, it could be kind of difficult, or you know, maybe you got to sell your whole loadout or some shit, or you got to like feed it to the worm. I don't know, but it's fucking lame. Like it's like, look at all these guns that the game has. Like you don't even get to use these shits because you're getting scraped by a Ms. Raya or you're getting scraped by some other shit. Gold Bully. They nerfed the Gold Bully. Now it has fall off range and they got hella recoil, so they gotta like control the recoil of the gun while you shooting it. You know? But at first it didn't have that. It did not have that shit at all. Like that shit was a straight light machine gun in your hand that you was running with like a fucking pistol. Cheap as fuck. Battle pistol, hella good, but it's a really good counter to the Ms. Raya. It's a really good counter. Like mid range, like long to mid range. If they like coming down the hallway trying to slide and all this other bullshit, like you could shoot them with that. But if they got a bubble, then you gotta back the fuck up. You got to back up. You have to. You gotta throw that shit, throw nades in it. You gotta try to get into their nade. Like people don't even know how to play bubbles. They don't even know that you can go in a bubble, throw a nade, and come out of it, and it'll blow it up. Like they just sit there and just let the bubble be there. Shoot that shit. People don't shoot bubbles. They just fucking just look at it. Like it's like, anyway. Yeah, the clip that I sent y'all, that whole team had Mizzies. Mac walked away with like 4 Ms. Ryas, dude. In that game. He walked away with 4 Mizzies. I said, go, dog, take them shits. I just want the shields and that battle rifle I had. I took that off of the guy. One of the guy had a battle rifle. Every person that was on that team had a fucking Ms. Raya, dude. The only person on our team that had a Ms. Raya, I don't know if the other guy on our team had a Ms. Raya, but I know that that Mac had a Ms. Raya. That's why he was so far up. And that's why I moved back. Because I was like, okay, he up close. I'm just gonna pick him off and warm him up. So by the time he shotties them, it's gonna be bust ass. And then as soon as we down, we full kill one of those guys, I'm pushing it. Now I got the dervish. Now I'm moving in. As I'm going long range, it's BR. When I got closer, it was dervish. Like that's how you beat that shit. Range. But you think people thinking that? Nope. They just fucking, we all complain about the Mizzy, but nobody coming up with an actual counter to the shit. And right now, everybody is asking for nerfs. Okay. Which is going to happen. They're going to nerf that shit. They're going to nerf it. They're going to nerf it, and they're going to buff these other whack guns, and then it's going to be something else. But I think the Ms. Raya is too good. It's the range is too ridiculous. It's too good. It should be like how the Waster is, because the Waster takes 2 shots to crack the shield. But I do still believe that the Ms. Raya could crack a shield, at least like a blue shield or a green shield or some shit like that. But like purple and up, it should like take 2 shots to break the shield. 2 good shots to break that motherfucker. That's what I think. It should definitely be like that. Slow down the gold version of it. That's it. Like they took out the slick mag where you couldn't just do. That's why they took it out. Because the Ms. Raya is still scraping, but like when that shit had the slick mag on that shit, the purple slick mag, you shooting that bitch like a pistol. imagine like how the Magnum shoots. That's how the Miss Riot was shooting before the nerf, and the gun is still good. But you also see how people not using that fucking Western. That shit gets sold. I grabbed that shit to sell it. Gun sucks. Yeah, but like man, that's why I don't listen to Twitter. That's why I don't listen to that shit. I just try to figure out the shit on my own. Yeah, that shit is wormed, dude. Like every time I try to get that shit a shot, even Mac knows. Like I be wanting to get that shit a shot again, and I have died using that shit in moments where like their shields are broken, and they still don't die with 2 shots from the shit. I'm like, yeah, this shit trash. It's trash. You know what ain't trash? Battle rifle, Dervish, regular Burt, the battle pistol, the Magnum. I'm starting to become a believer in the Magnum. I'm becoming a believer in that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that shit was straight trash until I was like, Gray shield, green shield, about 1 or 2, maybe 3 shots. The motherfuckers on the ground. Headshot. Headshot with that shit. That shit is over. I don't have the gold. I heard the gold. What does the gold do for the Magnum? That shit smacks. And that's with no gold mod, by the way. That was just straight aiming down the sights with a nasty no scope on that shit. Oh, so that's like Halo. Okay, yeah, that's right. Like the Halo 1 pistol. Halo 1 pistol was 3-shot, headshot, dead. That's right. The gold, yeah. Because when you zoom in, man, you finna make me show you the fucking Halo 1 pistol. So you can see where these guns is coming from. Crazy. Let me see. When you see this shit, Pinky, I'm like, oh my God, we're playing fucking Halo. We just put they just put marathons, like they just straight put that shit in marathon. Oh yeah. Man, I've been going, man, every time I go to what's the name of that shit? Every time I go to cryo, I go with 1 gun and I look for a sniper, dude. Channel rifle, long shot, it don't matter. I'll grab that shit. Let me see, Halo 1 pistol. Yeah, you need to see what the Halo 1 pistol is. Halo 1 pistol is like best gun of all time. One of the best guns of all time. Here, I'm gonna do this. So y'all can see this motherfucking pistol. My sister would know. I'm telling you right now. Look at this shit. Internet. It's the Halo 1 pistol. The gold version is definitely the Halo 1 pistol, for sure. They got a new Doom trailer. Yeah, the Halo 1 pistol, forget about it. Oops. Forget about it. Forget about that shit. Halo 1 pistol is... This was the first map I ever got on with in Halo was Hang 'em High. Hang 'em High was the first Halo map I got on, and I was getting scraped on that shit. Because it's so open. And it's a tombstone. Sound familiar? Sound like some Cryo Archive, huh? Man, if Marathon players knew that you were actually playing a Halo game, dude, they'd be like, oh, this shit makes sense now. It makes sense. You playing Halo, bruh. Marathon, you're playing Halo. I want you to hear this pistol pap.
Team Slayer.
Look at that old ass nasty graphics. Look at that shield and health. There's assault rifle. Doo-doo. He used assault rifle. Scrape. You know what he finna do? He finna switch to that pistol. Look at that. 4 shots. God. Fucking gun is ridiculous. Your shield automatically reheals, and obviously in Marathon you gotta heal yourself. Look at this. Full screen smack.
Killing spree.
He bricking with them bitches too though. He bricking, but it took 3 shots with the Magnum to like kill people. After this, I'm gonna show you the battle rifle. Oh my god! When in the Halo 2 battle rifle, oh my. See, Marathon needs a arena part of the game. It needs so bad. That's what's gonna make the game dope. Right now, it's only like you die and it's over. You just lose shit and you don't get to really like keep playing. Like it needs this shit. It definitely needs. This shit make me want to play motherfucking Halo. Yeah. He killed him with 3 shots. Shit just blowing up. This was the first like map I ever played with Hang On. That motherfucking gun. Assault rifle was pretty ass in the game. Pretty ass. Now I finna do Halo 2 battle rifle. Oh my god, y'all don't even want to see. Y'all don't even want to see the broken shit. Y'all don't need to see no broken shit. Let me not show you no broken shit. Matter of fact, I want to show you some. Yeah, look at this shit, dude. Let me see some MLG play. I want to see some MLG shit. I want to see the real shit. I want to see this Fugazi shit. Look at Ogre 2, young as fuck. Dude, look at these dudes. Look at that old ass midship lollipop. Look at that shit. Now watch. Look at this battle rifle.
Slayer.
I love this fucking thing. Look at this. All hip fire.
Double kill. Gained the lead.
4 shots scrape. Everything is hip fire. Look at that Walshy in there, bitch. This Halo 2.
Gained
Oh, he's
the
dead.
lead.
Oh, he missed all them shits. He could be dead. Oh yeah, you dead, bro. You missed them shots? Oh yeah. This is midship free for all. So midship free for all is like when you played team, when you went to MLG to play tournament, there was 2 tournaments. There was free for all tournament and then team tournament. Everything was double elimination. For you to move on in free for all, you had to get top 4 in the lobby.
Gained the lead.
BX beat his ass. He tried to BXR right there to get the shot, but oh, he just double shot it. Oh my god, cheap. That's a glitch in the game, by the way. You could do what's called a double shot. Look at him spawning right behind. That's cheap.
Double kill.
You see how they only zoom in like far screen, but everything like is hip fire. That's the volley. That's the gold volley. Scrape task. Oh my god, this bring back so many memories. All I did was play this shit, and this is how we warmed up. We warmed up by playing free for all and mission, and then right as we did that, we would go straight to Team Slayer or Team Hardcore, which is like the MLG Pro list, where you pretty much play the playlist or the games in the maps that was MLG Pro regulated. Like these are the maps, these are game types. Time, everything time. Ain't no time, ain't no infinite time. Oh, he was Gandhi hopping on that. When can you do that in America? Can you Gandhi hop? I mean, they got something similar to that with like Vandals double jump or like what's his name? Destroyers like Dash. It's pretty sick. That's close. Look at this shooting from the hip and how accurate it is. The same accuracy that you get from shooting from the hip is the same zooming in with the Halo 2 battle rifle. This is the inspiration of They just need to let it loose. Give me a playlist with 3v3v3 PvP with just straight VR. That shit will be lit. Can we please? I'm finna go to Twitter, dude. I'm finna go to Twitter.
Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Double kill. Gained the lead.
Too much.
Gained the lead. Double kill. Lost the lead. Double kill. Triple kill. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Kill-tacular. Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
Oh my god, you fucking kidding me? Oh. Everything I just typed was fucking City. Like, we need something, dude. Like, anyway, I just tweeted that shit. But yeah, that's where that gun's coming from. That's where the volley's coming from. I think y'all had enough of that. Yeah. Yeah, when I see that shit, like, Yeah, that shit. The shotgun is the Miss Raya is definitely like the Halo 1 shotgun too, by the way. Let me see. Yeah, the shotgun is ridiculous. Yeah, see, yeah, here you go. Let me see. Yeah, the shotgun is fucking insane. I can't find a good one, but yeah, I think that'd be fucking dope. Like, we need something, dude. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm done with that. But yeah, that gun smacks. Recognize the guns must be nice. I mean, it's cool to see them evolve. I would say, like, to see. I put it to you like this. With when I picked the game up, I picked it up because it was Bungie, and then after that I was like, like, you know, I think the game's cool. This is my first extraction shooter. Like, you know, I mean, I understand like looting and things like that, but for the most part, since I know it's a Bungie game, they want us to be shooting and fighting each other. Like, I knew that. Like, you're not gonna. There's very few far in between where you're gonna play this game and you're not gonna get no PvP action. Like, that's just how they roll. They want you to be shooting and smoking each other. That's what they want. That's the engagement. That's what they want you to do. So when I saw like some of the guns, I was like, okay, that's cool. It wasn't until I saw the battle rifle, I was like, that's the only reason. That's one of the only reasons why I still play this game. and I really like the firefight. Really like the firefight. Like I think Bungie, if you listening, if you give a fuck about any of this shit, you probably don't. You already got your own mind made up, but man, it would be fucking cool to have a like playlist that is just straight up. I'm just going in. I don't come out with none of this shit. I just want to go in here and scrape people with straight starting weapon, either twin tap and or battle rifle. And then you playing to like you playing ranked, but like everybody's using the same gun. Like when Halo was doing that, because Halo has like the same type of the SMG, which is the submachine gun is pretty much the bully. The Magnum is the Halo 1 pistol. The CE tactical arm is pretty much Halo 2's pistol, which fucking sucked. Battle rifle, I would say the Outland is more like the Halo 1, Halo 2 sniper rifle. Long shot is the weaker version of that. And then like the Vault guns is more like the alien guns, right? In this game. If they would just make it to where like just have one playlist that is just Slayer, dude. Like where is that? You can keep the bots and shit in the game, keep everything the same, just have it to where everybody starts with the same gun. Everyone starts with the same gun. That to me is more competitive than people that can like farm the best shit in the game, and then they bring in that shit into lobbies where people don't have the same shit. Like that shit is fucking dumb. Like now that's dumb. Cause now you already you're discouraging players to even play the game because they literally like, well, I can't even compete. I heard somebody straight say that while we was playing. It's like, man, like all I can get is blue shit, and every time I try to go to cryo, which is very not often, I'm running into Mizzy Bubble Shield. And they ain't got a fucking shot. And we know they don't. I know that. As soon as I heard that shit, I'm like, yeah, they getting scraped. They're getting scraped. They don't even get to enjoy trying to play the in-game map, dude, because all of the better players got the best shit. Or the people that's just farming shit. Just because you got good shit don't mean you good. You know what I mean? Like, you just donating that shit. You know? You just grab the shit to make it easy for somebody else to grab. But this game needs that, I feel. And I feel like that it could be its own ranking system too. I don't know, but I think it'd be cool that they need to find a way to give us some of that Halo energy in there. Because I know Destiny got like a PvP only mode, right? Like they had something like that where you're just playing with 4v4 or 5v5 or some shit like that. Like this shit needs that. This needs that. 100%. 100% needs to be 4v4, 5v5, or 6v6 straight. Team Slayer shit, and whoever wins get the best shit, dude. Or whoever, then you get whatever's on the map, or you get to do the lockdown event for free or whatever. I don't know, but it would be cool to see that. That's what this game needs, dude. Like the whole pick your own shit is cool. I think that should stay. Like it just needs to be different modes. Like have your players get to play different shit, you know. But yeah, that's why the game is the way it is, dude. Like, but until that's changed, it's gonna be kind of tough. It's gonna be pretty tough. The game's fun, but if you don't have in-game currency, you can't play the game, or you can't play the game even with your shit, or you gotta like sell shit, or you know what I mean. Like that part of the game I don't like. You know, just as a player that just. I'm new to this shit, but I like playing the game, you know? Like that part to me is like I don't know. Extraction shooter is cool. I think the idea is cool. Every run is different, you know, but at what cost, you know? You know. One team wins, the other ones lose, you know? And they not only do they die, they lose all their shit, you know? Like, if there was a playlist where you could just straight up get your PvP on without thinking about losing shit, I think you'll get more people wanting to play the game because the game is fire. Game's dope. Everybody got blue shields, or everybody got purple shields, or whatever. Like everybody has the same shit, but you can't leave with it. You know what I mean? Like just leave it in the playlist, and let people experience what it's like to have a purple shield or a pretty reliable starting weapon. It could even be the M77 for all I fucking give a care. You know what I'm saying? Or an impact HR with hella recoil on that bitch. I don't care. Whatever the fuck it is, like, it'll be cool to see that. That's what it needs. This dude looks like Master Chief. The Destroyer is straight up Master Chief. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on this shit on Marathon. It'd be nice to have something like that, man. It needs it. Let it all the characters still have a supers or moves and all that kind of shit. You can grab consumables while you're playing, get health packs and all that kind of shit. Like, you know, that'll get, like, people get used to the PvP rotation of the game, you know. But people still play scared. People still crouching, walking around and shit. Like, it's, I don't know, just the game plays different when everybody is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, game just plays different when you playing like a little bit more aggro. But like, also the game plays differently when you trying to play stealthy, you know. But playing stealthy, you just you open up so much space for you to get pushed, cause you're gonna slip up and make some noise. You're gonna open the door. You're gonna open a box. You're gonna jump down and hop down, or you're gonna break a glass. Like, you're gonna make noise. A bot's gonna see you. You're gonna accidentally walk by some birds. Like, you it's not even worth crouch walking the whole fucking map. You know what I'm saying? You only crouch when you pulling up on somebody, and I guarantee you they fucking heard it. Somebody heard it. Like, I trust hearing footsteps. If somebody said footsteps and they're like, oh no, we already kept, no. Somebody walking around. And lo and behold, it's always true. Like, a person was there. But no radar. The only people that can radar is like, you got the radar. The game is the TAD, or you got what's her name? Recon can walk around at all and stuff, and then also what's his name? Sentinel. You know. Yeah, be sucky. Me love you long time. That sucky. You see that shit get sucked in your ass, you be like, oh man, fuck. Motherfucker sucking you or shooting you, or the bots are the fucking most annoying, dude. But the bots are the worst. But that's what makes it interesting. That makes it interesting. But it just needs to be something like that. We need a map where you can just start with a volley or a twin tap. Whatever that starting weapon they decide to just try and shit and try to tune it and shit, it'll be cool to have a ranked playlist that is not about who brings in the better shit and they're going to kill other players just because they got better shit. You know? Because I don't think that also shows who's better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just might have got a drop on the team better and quicker than them, or you know the map more than other ones, you know? But when people know the map, that's when cryo is going to be better, because right now only a small percentage of the population know the map. The really good players, the players that have the best loot and things like that are pretty much tired of playing the game because they've already got the in-game loot already. They already got all gold shields, all gold cores and implants, and some purple implant shit, gold and purple guns and shit. Like, they just playing the game just because they fucking love the game. But the rest of the population, the majority of the population, they'll probably never see that shit. They'll probably never see the compiler. They'll probably never own a gold. They might have at least one gold gun, right? Maybe one gold shield if they reach 100, right? That you'll at least get one gold something by the time you hit 100 whatever. But like getting it off of somebody or getting it from a treasure, some players probably will never get that shit. Or it'll take them all season long to get it once, you know? And I don't think it's so much about nerfing the thing. It might just be like, yo, if you exfil a certain amount of times on this map, you can't go on this map for a certain amount of time. You got to go somewhere else. I don't know how they can do that, but the player base isn't large enough for them to kind of like spread everybody out, to make matchmaking not be as long, But I think something along the lines of like, there's a cap at how much you can bring into a run. Yep. Pretty much. That's even right how I feel now. Like right now, like I'm pretty much only looking forward to cryo now. Like I'm really going to outpost to keep my PvP sharp and to get into the rare room to grab cryo 1 and 2 keys. And pretty much I'm grabbing the cryo 1 and 2 keys because I realized like over the weekend when I was playing, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Every time you open a vault, you get free clearance, laptop clearance. You get free clearance. So I was like, So it's always good to bring a key. It's always good to bring 1 or 2 keys if you can. If you can bring 1 and 2 together, like one person bring 1, the other person bring 2, and y'all do both keys, then you getting like certified actual clearance. Yeah, if you can get the DNA key for sure, yeah. But with the experience this season has been much better. Yeah, I think this season is interesting because we know better. We know more. We know more about the game. We understand the game. Now we're speaking the same language as the devs because at first we was trying to learn the game, right? We were learning, trying to figure out what are you trying to get us to do in a game? Because at first I thought it was sneaking and geeking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of what I felt like they wanted us to do. They wanted us to be careful. They wanted us to loot and grab things, or like there's a reason why you want to go to perimeter versus outpost, or you want to go to Dire Marsh instead of this. They like force you to go to the maps with these stupid contracts, which I understand to get you to learn the map, but at the same time, like you got a whole map trying to kill. You'll never get a chance to do all of those fucking missions. And after a certain point for me, like after like the first 2 or 3 weeks of that shit, I'm done doing the fucking contracts. Like I don't even care about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Now I only really care about, at least for now, I really care about SecGen because of the cores, Traxxas because of the gold mod potential, and like purple and gold, purple attachments and chips, and then nuclearic for the shields and heals. That is literally what I care the most about. Nades I can find. Maybe, and then the killing ones with what's the shit? Arachne is like, that's easier to get because you're not thinking about nothing else but just like killing people. But as soon as you put on Arachne contract, that's when you realize that's really the game you playing. They want you to kill runners. Like it's really Team Slayer, and then just the map you plan on, it just has like all these other dynamic parts, moving parts on the map. But then there's also players that are very new to this game, and they're watching content and like, ooh, I don't know if I want to play that. Or man, that's all this is, just shotgun bubbles and shit, and I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I know updates are definitely coming. It's coming soon for the game, but yeah, if you can get a DNA key or your homies got keys. I do like the fact that Cry Archive is super dynamic, where like you need like a certain level clearance, and you got to kill bots, and you know what I mean. Like the spawn rush is a huge part of the of that. If you got level 1, like don't spend hella time in that bitch trying to get clearance 2 to go to Batcave Way, because a team is coming. A team is for sure coming. When we got that 80K game, when I got that 80K game, right after that, the guy had got off and we still kept playing, I lost so much money playing that game, because for the most part, every chance we got, we pretty much only got level 1 clearance. And even when we got level 2 clearance, like, it was either too late or we moved into another place and the team already knew we were there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so level 1 clearance, get out of there as soon as possible. Get out of there, go to the bottom, and try to get them tags, dude. That's it. That's all you could do. Because if you don't have clearance 2, you can't do shit. You can't do anything. Like you're a sitting duck. You can only be in your spawn, or you can be in control. That's it. Top floor to bottom floor. Top floor, at least you get a chance, but at the same time, like you either it's tough, because you can't even if somebody went, you could go through somebody else's spawn, but the computer's not gonna be there. So you either have to really try your best to look around and get those things, and you gotta do that shit. You gotta try to get level 2 clearance within 2 to 3 minutes of when the match start. Like everybody don't need to check all the bags. Like a couple, like 2 of the people shooting the boss and shit. Well, all 3 of y'all can shoot the boss, but 1 person is opening that door and getting to the second part. And then they're trying to see if they got computers or not, kill the purple boss and shit, loot all of the bags. If you don't have that shit, get out of there. Get out of there. Or you gonna be just sitting there fucking waiting, and you're gonna get pushed for sure. But I think even me thinking about it now is like I'm thinking about, I'm actually thinking about Cryo more than anything. I do like Outpost though. I really like Outpost. Outpost is fun. Dire Marsh, I completely hate Dire Marsh. It's no point in going to Dire Marsh. There's actually no point, unless you're going there for your missions, but you can still do the missions without doing that shit. You can just do like the regular contracts, and you don't even have to go to Dire Marsh. Like Dire Marsh is like literally my least favorite map. Like I don't even like grabbing keys from there unless that shit's a purple or a gold key. But when it's like the blue ones and shit, the only reason why I had those blue keys is because I got them from when they had the sponsored the PvE light for map. And I grabbed them shits for salvage pretty much, and I'm probably gonna just take them as just like solo runs and shit. Just go and grab them shits and get out of there. But there should be more in-game loot game maps, and I don't think. I mean, you can have them like specifically for like I don't know, like time, like even how they've been doing. I don't know how they're gonna do that shit, dude. I really don't, cause like how they got the playlist like separated is just like by the map. You know, like I wish it was just like sponsored. You just click sponsored, and it's like those maps are random. You know, like I wish that it said sponsored and it was random. Ranked, random. Like, you know what I mean? Like duo. Like, but they have it like switching on a timer, which is interesting. But like, I think this could be. I think they can like revolutionize this in a new way, for sure. Like, I think you should be able to go to the map you want to, but if you're gonna play ranked or sponsored, that shit should be random. You should just it just should be an option just to pick it. And then you pick ranked, and then you don't know if you're gonna be on perimeter, dire marsh, or any of that shit. You won't know until you actually spawn. Like, to me, that's dope. You can have sponsored, ranked sponsored. You can have ranked and then ranked sponsored. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know. Allow duos to be in trios, I would say. I think solo should just only be solo. But I also like that. I mean, I see that some people want to be solo, like Lucid. He wants to go solo against all the other three teams, like other teams. That's cool too. But I mean, I guess you could do that, or put solos with duos or something like that. I don't know. But I think they're trying to figure out how do they get all of the players to keep playing the game. But the gear ante is cool, but just like make people buy this fucking kit. Make them buy the kit. You see how it already has this? It has like, but this blue shield is trash. I mean, green shield is trash. And if this gun don't have a scope on it, it's also ass. But I think rank should look like this. It should have that. It should be just like this. You got bronze, you got a gold version, you know what I mean? Like that's how it should be. But being able to just go in with like gold tier loot, dude, is kind of fucking lame. It's kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty whack. Pretty whack. Especially with players that don't have that access to that. I would be mad too that you can't even play crap. You can't even learn the map because you're getting your shit rushed. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, to each his own. You know. I didn't realize I had two of you. Yep. That's what I think. What nickname you talking about? I think Night Marsh is an awesome map as well, too, by the way. I think that one was tight, too. I'm mad. I had gold cores with what's the thing? Destroyer. I had a whole bunch of shit. I just tried it out. Why not? I had like hella book bags. I had like 6 sneak book bags, 2 or 3 these book bags, the healing ones. I had like 1. Man, I had so much shit. I had like 4 BRs. I was loaded over the weekend. And then I sold one of my channel rifles, unique ones. Crazy. Big raining. And they so worried about the fucking cradle, dude. Like, why are y'all worried about the cradle when motherfuckers like don't want to play the game like competitively? Like they want to play shit, but they can't play. Can't play. Boy, Brawler Jace, who's on that man. But yeah, I'm just I'm straight. I be looking forward to motherfucking cryo, to be honest. It's Monday and I'm already like love the game. The fucking grind of just grabbing shit just to go to cryo, dude. It's like I don't know if that's the end game that I wanna do. So they've been they're talking about nerfing the cradle again. Yep, they're talking about nerfing that shit again. But basically, Bungie's like we pretty much fucked up our ecosystem. They fucked up the pool. They pretty much came out as devs, basically like our pool sheet is broken right now. Cause right now all the better players like, cause you can't really like the train's already going. You can't really stop it. You know what I'm saying? The only way you stop it is by nerfing the loot in the game. But the thing is, you got players that are finally getting there, and by the time they get there, the loot is trash. It's not even worth it. So basically, the game is at the point where you go to cryo and you just bet it on black, and you fucking trying to get the best loot in the game if you can survive the shit. Pretty much. And everybody else is going to like Dire Marsh, or you got lame ass motherfuckers trying to teabag you and fucking free kits. Bro. So that's why I'm saying like it needs to have a dedicated place where you ain't even gotta think about picking anything. You just turn the shit on, you put it on, boom, I can go play. Yep. That's the problem of the game right now. And pretty much the end game, the players that got all of the best loot, there's no point in them playing this game unless they playing ranked. And then by the time they get to the higher ranks and things like that, like that's what makes it worth it. And the best loot they getting is off of players. So it's not even going to cryo. Like basically like the better players, the players that got like Pinnacle 1 and Diamond and all that shit, they pretty much are taking that shit from each other. That's where the trace system comes in. That's where this comes in. Well, I'm sure you know about this, but the trace system, that's where the trace system comes in. Because now, like, since I have it, it only has I think 2 more people after me. When I die with this gun and somebody takes it, somebody else is going to have it, and it's going to have 1 life left. So whoever grabs the gun after this is going to be broken, and nobody else can like use it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if it's the attachments or the whole gun, but certain things on the gun is going to be gone. You know, and so that's how you can balance it for it to not last long. Or they nerfed the trace system, and instead of it being 4 lives, it could be like 2, you know? Convert to credits. Could do that. But I think when the trace is gone, the gun is not worth as much. The gun loses value. Like when the pieces on the gun are scrapped. Like the whole gun is scrapped. Like when you go, like when you dig in somebody's bag and you're like, oh, that person had a purple shield, and then you looking for it and it say scrap, like it's worthless, I think. I'm not 100% if it's worthless. I don't know if you can get money from it. That's a good question. Yeah, so you could take the gun and then you could just grab it for you pick the gun up, or when you pick the gun up it automatically turns into credits. Okay, so when you pick it up, it turns into credits. Scrap it to credits. Okay. So yeah, so then at that point, then yeah. So then you at least get money off the gun. You might not be able to pick it up, but you can get money. That's not bad. That's not bad. But that I think the trace system is specifically for like the really good players when they like basically passing these shits around. Like when the Mizzy is like passed around, or a gold shield or a purple shield is passed around and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. See, I think like some of these purple shields, like if I took it off a player, like they only, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can't pick it up. Okay, so it just immediately gets scraped. Scrap. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, the X-Men '97 episode 1 through 3, fire. Really like the apocalypse shit where they're going back and forth with the when he was young and then when he was like full body. I think it was about so. But I think that's the problem right now in the game for sure. For me, like playing it, I really like the game. It's just now it's like if I don't have my bread to play, then like I'm forced to like kind of play sponsored kits or Rook, and I do not have any desire playing Rook. Yeah, I think it's been out since what, last week? When does each episode drop? Came out last Wednesday. Okay, so it come out Wednesdays. Yeah, on Disney Plus. But yeah, pretty much all I do is pretty much play sponsored, or I go in with green kits and shit like that, or like really cheap kits. Oh yeah, yeah. They keeping that shit on the Saturday morning cartoon shit. But yeah, I think, and then also too, like playing ranked, I don't want to go in with like blue shit. Like I want to go in with purple and gold shit, or at least purple shit. They pack a lot in them episodes, to be honest. Trying to do something strange for a little bit of change. Strange, what's that? Butt naked dancing? Butt naked hula hoop? Helicopter with me? Yeah, man. But I really like the game. You got keys? It's like, do I want a good key? Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, we don't do that shit over here. We ain't doing that shit. We not doing that shit over here. Meat boys, pause. Man. Yeah, I need a shake up in this game, bro. I need a shake up, bro. Wines in the chat. I need a shake up. I wish I was I mean, yeah. That's not a Dire Marsh, I am not, dude. I have Dire Marsh keys like you know what's funny? Like I had to go use my Dire Marsh keys to re-up because I was so broke. Like before I started playing with Mac, we just went there because he had a key and he was broke too. We just went night marsh, hung out behind a bush, waited waited, and then got all our shit. Somebody tried to pull up on us. We killed them, and then we fucking exfilled. Like we did like 3 keys. I had 2. He had 1. We just went duo. Went in there, and we just straight went at night. Like we went at night. But pretty much all the money I had, I think I had like, I think I had about what I have right now. I feel like I had more than that because there was a point where I had like 100 and something K. My vault was like 360 something. No, 300. Yeah, 360 something, and then I think I played some matches. My shit went down, and And then when he got on, he said, "Yo, I gotta do some fucking rook runs." I was like, "No way," because he always got like really good shit, you know. He's like, "I gotta do some rook runs." I was like, "No, dude." I was like, "Listen, let's just." Let's just do these cards, these keys, get us some shit, get us some shit for cryo, and then we go do cryo. And then I think at that point, I think I was like, I'm talking like my shit was trash. Like when I was going in them rooms, all I was grabbing was the valuable shit. That's all I was grabbing. Like weapons, I wasn't really concerned about because I can make those, and I had pretty good. I had a lot, man. I had, man, 2 dervishes, 1 gold dervish. I had like 4 BRs. I had like 5. I had 5 gold channel rifles. 4 of them were unique. One was just gold. I had a lot. I had a lot of shit. And then we had that one run I sent you the video on. Had that shit, and we smoked the lobby. Beat that team twice. Got the compiler trace. We did room 1, key room 1 and 2. Successfully exfilled. I walked out with 80K. I had 80K. It cost to play the game. It costs 5K. Like it costs like this is 1,000. So you need to at least have man. I'm so. I mean, you're either gonna have to barter for your heals and shit, like biomass, and just keep farming that shit, right? Or you gotta buy it. And when you don't have the salvage, it costs like, let's see, 3 stacks of just regular shields is 3K. Then you get heals that's 6K. So that's like 600 and like 6,600 just to heal yourself. That's just to survive the first fight. Then you got to get ammo, dude. Ammo, like for what? Let's round it up to 300. So 300 for a clip for 80 is like, you do that what, 4 times? That's what? That's like 1,200, something like that. 400 for a bully stack. That's for 1 stack, and that ammo, and you be using the drum mag. You be using this shit. This motherfucker increases the magazine size. So having hella ammo, you need hella ammo with that gun because you're gonna be using hella of it. So imagine using the dervish by that you like this fucking gun, which I really love. This gun, this shit uses hella ammo. So you already spending close to like 7K just in heals, dude. Just in heals and ammo, at least 7K, 8K per time you go into a match. That's not including your gun. You putting a shield on, maybe a core, some like ammo. Everything costs. Everything costs. Everything is super fucking high, dude. Everything's high, and there's not enough shit to do to make money in the game. Or you gotta sell shit in your thing for what it's worth. Like selling these 2, I could get 22K, but damn, I don't never get to use the gun. 4 purple keys for outposts. I got 1. I got drone wing. So guess what? Drone wing, you're gonna have to fight. Processing basement, you're gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like drone wing and perp, you gotta fight. You ain't finna fucking be sitting around shooting them fucking boxes all game, cause you gonna have to fight. Cause you definitely not finna go in there, open that shit, and without everybody knowing you up there. Unless you went through broken wing. You know what I'm saying? But like, you gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight. It works. I seen y'all do it. It works. I was there. It works. But while everybody hunting and listening and shit. Man. If you're lucky enough to spawn orientation, then yeah. If you spawn by anywhere else, like, good fucking luck. You say, you know why I don't like that strategy? Why don't I like that strategy? And I can give you a hint. It has nothing to do with wanting to fight. Wanting to fight. Because you can do it without making noise, especially if you got like a silencer on your gun or using the KKV, which I think the KKV could be a better gun. Yeah, that is, yeah, pretty much that's really one of the things is, yeah, because unless you clear the whole lobby, you're always and for sure know that you killed everybody, and the only thing you're really worried about is rooks. You never get to loot. You're not looting safely. Like, you're not looting safely at all with in this game. Like, we literally play. I think y'all saw this, but we were playing just Dire March sponsored. We killed the team. We heard no gunshots, and one of the guys was like, "Hey, let's go do the thing." See, the thing is like looting is what gets you killed in the game. Even though that's what you want to do, you get killed for looting because it makes so much noise. Like, and doing like anything like looting big rooms or doing secure resources or all them shits, if you don't have the heals or the ammo and shit like that, like, you a sitting duck. Because as soon as I got downed by a bot when we were trying to do that shit, because one other guy went on the other side of the fucking map, I get downed. As I'm crawling to just like get out of the way, I see a fucking assassin on the opposite team crouching in front of the doorway. I heard shots a little bit from a distance, but then that's what I mean. Like, the box thing is good. I think it's a really good, like, the chips have to fall like into place for that shit to straight work. In my opinion, like, you know, when it works, it works. I think it's great when you go out there, but the moment people discover that there is shooting happening in Pinwheel and they haven't heard the breach, they're coming up drone wing. They're coming up broken or destroy wing. They're coming up there for sure. And it's like really hard to like defend against that, because the only way to really defend against that is to go all the way into in there, because you saw how that other team like pushed us. Like, they went to the bottom. They didn't walk straight to us, and they had a sniper. So the only thing we could do in that situation is go all the way in there and try to fight them and kind of force them in like an awkward fight where we can like fight them. But yeah, like, the chips got to fall in the right place to do that drone wing key. Yeah, because you have to go all the way in that motherfucker. Even if you shoot the boxes out in orientation side, and those shits can spawn anywhere. So if they don't spawn in the spots where we looking for and shit like that, like, you straight chilling in orientation. You straight around orientation as teams are rotating and shit like that, you know. And unless you have a gun that is a silencer where you can shoot them without making noise and stuff, or at least, you know, a person is not like paying that much close attention to watching the box, like watching bullets and shit like that, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to see that or to know someone's doing it as if like you really paying attention to those type of things. But as soon as you start making noise shooting them shits, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And don't be shooting 2 or 3 of them shits and then keep moving and be in a fight and shit and then die. Now you did 3/5 of the fucking work for someone else to just find the other 2 and get in there for free. You know, it's not I'm trying not to think about it in a manner in which like all the ways that it could go wrong, because I've seen it go right. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it go right when we went in the go room in command. But in order to get in the motherfucking command, you got to get into drone wing. You got to open up both sides, and you got to go through command. You have to go through command and shit. You know, so everybody gonna know you're up there. Unless, I mean, like it's so much that has to work in that shit for that shit to be like an easy way to get in it. But obviously it's not gonna be easy like that. But or it can be, unless you play like Thief or some shit and you just have her up at the top and you just got her flying around trying to knock them boxes down. You know what I'm saying? But they nerfed that, right? Like they nerfed that. Yeah, it's like that's pretty much. Yeah. So it's like that key is like fucking insane. Good thing is I use a lot of my key 1 and key 2, and then I had a cryo 3 key, but like I took that off of somebody. But yeah, dude, like yeah. Because sometimes, like I said, you're gonna like what happens if you know, like we already talked about that, but if you spawn in processing, you can't focus on going to go shoot the the thing, because going towards orientation, whether you going processing to conveyor belt to like, you know, airfield-ish area, like or flight control, if you go that way, you're going to encounter a team. If you go from processing to dorms, you're going to encounter a team. Like if you're in orientation, most teams are going to go towards airfield or they're going to go towards processing. They are going to go that way, which gives you a window of time to do that. Or if you got players that are smart that are coming from airfield, they're going to try to get to orientation so that they're not a sitting duck trying to run to airfield. Because you go to airfield, you have to go, you got to get there quick, but there's a team that could spawn in, I'm sorry, if you're spawned in airfield, you can either go to flight control or you can go to orientation. You're going to go to one of those. But the problem is staying in an area too long. That's how I die, is when we stay in the area way too long. Everybody checking every goddamn box in the room. And they don't even grab all of this shit. They don't even grab nothing in the motherfucker. They're just opening the shit. But also, too, I believe that the game, like the way the community plays the game, which pretty much what they're doing is they just wiping the lobby and then having the map to themselves, that makes me feel way more comfortable having the map. That makes me feel comfortable looting, you know, like getting the best shit. You know what I'm saying? But like without wiping the lobby, or at least like kind of investigating what happened beforehand, like it could be tough. It could be tough. Opening keys without knowing where other people are and not hearing shots is, I don't even give a fuck if it's like 10 minutes in the game, you don't hear a shot. I'm still not opening that key until I know where the fuck I heard some shots from, you know, or like the direction, or if those shots were close, or, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. But yeah, I think for me too, I'm also trying to find like a middle ground for myself in the game too, because I really enjoy playing the game. I think the grind of getting valuables and shit is like something I want to just happen into. Like I'd rather happen into, you know, the Red Room in Pinwheel, like, you know, like those, I part of me feel like that's where I feel like I feel the most strategic when I see the game in that way. Like when I see the game as like clearing the lobby, it makes sense. Like sneaking and geeking and trying to do shit, it's like it makes you more of a sitting duck because you're not like actively looking for the sound. It's like running away from the sound, And I think that has gotten me killed more often than not, I would say, And that could just be a me thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, that could be a me thing. But for me, it's like that's something I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to yeah, it's like getting scraped like that is not how I want to die. I'd rather die fighting. If I'm gonna lose something, I want to fight for it. I don't want to be like sneaking and crouch walking every fucking where. Like I do not want to do that shit. I can promise you that. I do not want to do that shit. That I actually feel like I die more to that than actually fighting people. But it's a good problem to have, I'll tell you that. It's a good problem to have and shit. The only reason I got these blue shields right now is because I'm just using those as like free kit, make my own little free kit and shit. But for the most part, that's the thing. I want something where I can play the game, not have shit loot, or at least I can have decent loot without having to spend so much money to play. Cause like 4K each match, not to spend to play is fucking worse. And that's even if you have a lot of money, 4K is a lot to just go into a match. And 4K is like a fucking kit. This kit is 4K. This is how much it costs to get heals and ammo. And even when you pick this up, like you got pretty good shit. You got a book bag, you got a depleted self, you got 2 good heals, a couple, green heals, and then you got like cores and implants and shit specific or something. And you got a pretty decent gun and a shield, So like I think it's a good kit, 4K. That shit should be free, man. Like I think they need to speed that up, dude. Like let that shit be free up here and just like take this shit away. Like let this be free and let that be 12K, but no one's gonna buy this, bro. Nobody's buying this shit unless you got hella money and you really like the twin tab. You're not buying this shit. I was buying the fuck out of the sec gen kits when I unlocked that shit because I had the battle rifle in it. And now that it's not in it, dude, there's no reason for me to buy these sponsored kits. Like the hardline ass, repeater ass, like guns are doo-doo, dude. I know I'm not the only one that feels this shit. Like I know a lot of people is like, yeah, this shit whack. Look at this. Like they're making you play with these nasty guns. Like why are you trying to make us play with this shit? I mean, Traxxas got pretty good guns, I'll tell you that. Their kit's not as bad. Bully, you get a bully 12K bully shit, blue shield, little bully and shit, little Dade, little book bag, little blue cord, blue implant shit, little self. Look at that purple shield, purple beezy, cores, bubble shield, Burt. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Like Cyber Acne and Traxxas like have the best like kits, sponsor kits. These other ones suck, dude. Like these suck. Shit, trash. It's pretty bad. Yeah, Cyber Acne's is like way better. You get the pistol. They forcing this twin tap. Oh, that shit is, man. Even with that gun, I don't feel like that should even do damage. I feel like I'm just tickling motherfuckers like Elmo with that shit. But yeah, the drone wing key. But I will say this, your key, you do what you want with your key. You know what I mean? Like if if I, when we do keys and stuff, if you want to do a key that way, then that's how we gonna do that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. I'm hesitant to do that, but I'll do it. I'll just have to temper myself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, key wise, man, it's man. Because I'm not looking for fairness. I think I'm looking for more like opportunity, and I think the opportunities that are present aren't worth it. It's not worth it to go to Dire Marsh unless you have a fucking key, dude. If you don't have a key, there's no point in going to Dire Marsh. There's absolutely no point in going to Dire Marsh. Perimeter, there's no point in going perimeter unless you are new to the game. If rank is in rotation, and I think ranked on perimeter is way more fun, and it looks even more interesting as a spectator as well. It looks way more fun watching perimeters ranked. I think all of them are going to be sweaty as fuck, but pretty much players are not going to, or they're not going to make any sound. They're going to just wait until they hear sound, and new players fall into the trap of wanting to loot everything and try to do all of the events and shit. And then now everybody's going to come and scrape you. Like, I think it also could be like playlists where like if you like below level 100, you play with those people when you level 100. I don't know how they're going to do this shit. But one thing's for sure is that if you're going with a sponsor kit, the players there's gonna be your team gonna be on that shit too. If you pick any sponsor kit, if you pick a purple sponsor kit, you could be in a group of people that got a green sponsor kit. But that does not mean that the other players you're playing against are using sponsor kits. That's why they need to have a sponsor kit playlist instead of just a map, dude. And the green one need to be free. Green one need to be free, dude. It need to be free. Or you use the carry system to get it, whatever. 20 points, I think, is too much. Green shield is just not worth the squeeze and the money. It's not worth buying it because you're not going to keep it. You're not going to keep the green shield, dude. You're not going to keep no green shield, bro. You're going to keep that shit long enough until you at least get a blue. You're going to switch that shit, drop that shit real fast. It's like an absolute necessary to have a green shield, if you know what I mean. If that's the only reason why you would get it. But I don't know. Double XP, I think, would be really great. Each weekend, it should be double XP. It should be double XP, dude. With the factions. Like, factions should be fucking double XP, man. Because even if you unlock it all even if you unlock it VIP, you still have to do the capstones to even unlock them. You know what I mean? So it's still like you still got to put in hella work to do it, but like. Yep. That shit is a lot. That drone wing key is pretty good. I mean, that one's not too bad. You just got to get inside the pinwheel, get there, and then, I mean, yeah, like I would say getting in there is like you probably got to get in there, and then you gotta. I would go through a bit. I wouldn't even do nothing else. I would just get the fuck out of there. I'll probably do the key, go through the vent from there, and get the fuck out of there. And I would just like place traps around the area that they trying to they trying to follow you or something like that. But I will say the commentary and the actual gameplay and the story of it, that is the fire part of the game for sure. Because each run is always different. That's cool. That is cool. But I think like trying to over dynamize like everything in this game is it's going to be a future. That's going to be a turnoff for sure, I believe. Like the maps do need to be kind of simplifying shit enough to say, hey, you got to do this tower. It's going to present a cache. You run to it. If you get this key, you can go fight this boss up a complex. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Cryo, fire, intricate map. Very detailed, but the only people that get to play that shit is who can afford to get in the map. You know? For now. Until there's that vault raid. And now I think the vault raid gives the whole community a chance to learn the map and even the playing field. Because right now it's not even. It's not even because, I mean, it's just going to happen. The better players are going to have the better shit very fast. They're going to have it way faster than everybody else. You know? And while the lower players they don't get an opportunity. And when they do, they get scraped because they have no fucking clue what they're doing. They're just going to be like, hey, I'm following you. And motherfuckers following me in cryo, I'm like, man, good fucking luck. I mean, I know enough to get around, but I mean, I'm learning more and more now the more I've been playing and just like spending my little in-game currency to learn it, you know, pretty much. Pay to play. But I will say, learning more of it, but I also see the situations I'm in when I don't have specific things, or the better situations I'm in when I do have things. So it's like, what do? You know, we want to be in a winning situation. So winning situation, we want level 2 clearance. We want to get that shit fast, even if we don't get it in our spawn. You know what I mean? We want it fast. I wonder when they're going to do cryo ranked. That'll be interesting. Because cryo ranked will be interesting, which I'm sure they're going to do that probably at the end of the season like they did last time. But no, I really like the game. I'm waiting. I want to see what they're going to do with the update, man. Because right now, like me turning this game on and grinding on get shit, that part of the game, I'm not a fan. I will say I'm not a fan of that part. I don't think it's whack. It's just personally, I want to get in there and play. And the options I have of doing that right now is like, it's limited. It's limited. Maybe it's me wanting to have everything the way I want it to be, you know, and that could be it too, you know. Because the big thing that I really want the most, I really want to unlock this, but the amount that it takes to do so, it's not a bad thing. Because I think that these contracts, these are the easier ones to do, which I can just knock those out just by playing the game. But these, I'm done doing these, dude. Like I don't really care, especially with the carry system. You can just straight keep doing these and then just help other people do shit, and then just do the carry, and then you can level this up faster. It's 500 points to move this up. 500. This is 500 as well to do this whole thing, you know. But dude, you got to do all of this shit. You got to like not die. It's like dumb. It's dumb. And you got to exfil afterwards. Like it's like, bro. But to loot in order to build my character up, I fuck with that. I do fuck with that. I fuck with that very toughly. Is this prestige mod for every gun or only these 6 that are up here? I don't know. If this is the one, then yeah. And then I think for the prestige mod, the border is the synopsis cube. I could tell you right now, don't let that shit be no BR. I'm gonna be spinning them bitches on it. I could tell you that right now. I really do want to see synopsis core as a. Probably not gonna see it here. Probably not here either. Let me see what I got VIP. See, none of these are asking for synopsis cubes. But like I said, all week, all I was doing was just getting ready for cryo, to be honest. That's really it. That's really the only reason. Oh, that's what I want to see. Synopsis Q. Yeah, those are photos. Let me see. Whew. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, so no synopsis cube. I need. Yeah, this is a hazard capsule. Yeah, these are hazard capsules. Alien alloy. But it's just doing the motherfucking contracts over and over and over again. Ooh, what? Where was I getting? What was I getting Dyson light rods from? It wasn't this, was it? So yeah, so now I only need like purple salvage for this. So that's good. That's good. Purple and gold. So that's a good sign for that. Yeah, I want to know what the. Oh, I need to get more of those. Fuck. Oh, capstone. I wonder what this shit open up. What is this? Book bag? What, gold book bag probably? You can buy a gold book bag probably. Yeah, these are the book bags. Pearl book bag. Barter, and then this is gonna be a gold book bag probably. This probably gonna be some kind of purple or gold core. Probably this gonna be a gold key template or something. I wonder what the gold is here. Is it with buying a battle rifle or some shit? Cause this is a weapon. This is a weapon as a chip attachment. Yeah. Oh. Nah, they really making me get this nasty shit, dude. Yeah. Yep. Stream. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back a couple hours. Let me chill out for a minute, rest my eyes, rethink this shit, and I'll be back on. Put some food up, see what's up, get on this shit, something. Yeah. Let me take a break. Let me take a break from this shit. Peace, love, and hair elbow grease. Oh wait, let me check this. I think I returned all of these. Oh, clean. Oh yeah, this guy was do 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 doos. Yeah, let me take this shit off. This gun sucks. I'm gonna take that off of that. That gun do 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 do. That gun is do do. That shit is do do. That bit is do do. That bit is do do. You know what I might do? I might just make a quick little skibbity bop. Make a little skibbity bop. I got enough to make a skibbity bop. Make a little skibbity bop. Make a little skibbity bop. Make a little skibbity bop. Like that. And that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna pull a skibbity bop. Make a little skibbity bop. Make me a little skibbity bop. Scope. see what we got with these chips though. Heat sink. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's do heat sink. Oh wait, let's do this instead. Let me see heat sink. Do we have heat sink on there? Yeah. So if I play with, when I play with him, I want to be running some heat sink. Meh. Yeah. Let's see what I got on this. Is that heat sink too? What's this? Heat sink? Yeah. Let's grab 2 of those heat sinks. Sliding with this weapon. That might be interesting, depending on the gun I'm using for sure. What's on this? Last resort. Wish I had a trigger discipline or some shit. E-seek. Do like the fact that I can buy purple chips and mods for my shit, you feel me? So I'm put this purple one on this shit. E-seek. Afterburn. Overheated. What's this say? This the overheated one. I don't like this insomniac shit. Yeah, last resort is something I feel like I want to use with reloads his weapon by a large amount. clearing out some dirty laundry. You feel me? All right, I'm gonna get off for a minute. We'll reconvene. All right.